Day one of the Carolina Panthers OTA period is officially in the books. And with that being said, we have a decent amount of highlights, news, and notes to cover from day one. Now, I do want to apologize because 11 on 11 period was not able to be recorded. So most of this film is from just the warm-up period and some passes from Bryce Young and Andy Dalton to some of the young wide receivers and older wide receivers on this team with some linebacker room work. And there's some things to look at here, but most importantly, I want you guys to listen. I'm going to tell you basically what happened during practice. So before we jump into the video and get into all of that, make sure you guys do me a favor and comment down below, who do you think will have the biggest day one impact as a newcomer, whether it's a rookie or someone they signed out of free agency, whether it's a Xavier Legette, a Deontay Johnson, a Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis, Jonathan Brooks, Trevon Wallace. Let me know who you guys think will be the biggest day one or, contributor for this team going forward, and also who are you most excited to see. Now, coming into this practice, we knew that there weren't going to be pads. It wasn't going to be too much contact. But what we did know is we were going to start seeing some 11 on 11s and some 7 on 7s. And again, I do apologize because we aren't able to, show those clips, or the media isn't able to record those clips. So all we have to go off of here is, some of the reporters telling us what's happening. Now, there was a lot of 11 on 11. And what we saw early on was the tight ends getting to work. Yes. That includes Ian Thomas catching an 80-yard touchdown. I mean, the dude Ian Thomas went absolutely unreal. Definitely wanted to talk about that one a little bit. We also saw another one go down to, Adam Thielen. He got a lot of work in with Bryce Young today. They already had that chemistry from last season. We saw a little bit of Tommy Tremble working. Jordan Matthews, former wide receiver for Philadelphia. I think he's been a couple of other places as well, but he kind of stood out today. Looks like a lot faster than I've ever seen, right? And especially when you can add speed to that tight end room, don't be surprised at all if you see Jordan Matthews' name, come up a lot more in these videos and OTAs and training camp, because he actually looked really good in at least day one. And again, take everything with a grain of salt because no pads, no contacts. But there is 11 on 11. So if you stand out in 11 on 11s, that is a very good sign, right? There's also a brand new, center in Austin Corbett. Don't really know how to say his name. Hopefully I said it right. But him and Bryce Young look really fluid, right? They look like they've been playing with each other for a long time, and you definitely need that. You need to get that center to quarterback, chemistry going, because you don't want bad snaps. So that's another thing they took note of. Xavier Woods did come out of 11 on 11s with an interception on Bryce Young, so that was another thing I took note of. Got a couple of balls to Xavier Legette as well. 40-yard touchdown to Adam Thielen in 7 on 7s. So those are kind of the things that happen in 7 on 7 or 11 on 11s. Gonna see a lot of tight end work. Tight ends caught a lot of passes. I'm not sure if they wanted to dump down a lot in today's practice. But I mean, I guess not even dumping down, because Ian Thomas had an 80-yard touchdown. Had another one, about 15, 20-yard gain to Ian Thomas. Ian Thomas is probably the guy who stood out the most in day one of practice. But when you ask me who I think would be one of the biggest impacts day one, I think it's going to be Xavier Legette, man. You look at this guy's mindset, his, speed, but also his, ability to break press. This dude is going to be a beast, man. He's got good size, good play strength in one-on-one battles. He can create his own space and, destroy a defender in one-on-one coverage. He's got great timing, great extension. He's got powerful hands. He's got a sneaky burst off the line of scrimmage as well. Now, I actually think he can be a really, capable blocker at the same time. And then defensively, I didn't want to come out here and not talk too much defensively, but a guy who I'm excited to see, actually there's a couple of guys. One being Trevon Wallace and Shao Smith-Wade. Now, I really want to focus on Trevon Wallace. He's a guy who explodes off the sheet when you talk about athleticism. This dude's got height, weight, speed with explosive traits, but has a lot of things to work on, especially in terms of consistency he has shown flashes of being an unbelievable player, and I think that was one of the main reasons the Panthers wanted to take him in that third round. I think he's got, potential to be a day one starter on special teams, but the potential to be a guy who is utilized in multiple different areas down the line. He's very rangy. He's got good chase down sideline to sideline. He's got burst, a good chain of direction. His hands are very sticky when he gets a chance to intercept balls. So a guy who can create turnovers. He's got good lateral agility as well. So make sure you guys keep an eye out on Trevin Wallace. I think he's someone who can definitely work his way up the depth chart here. Obviously, you got Shaq Thompson and Josie Drew in front of him. I don't think those guys will lose their day one starting jobs, but watch as Trevin Wallace develops over the next few months, weeks, and years here. I think he could be a big-time player for a long time if he develops the right way and finds a way to be more consistent. But overall, day one is officially in the books here. Make sure you guys do me a favor as well. Hit the like button just so we can get this video out to more Panthers fans around the world, but also subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Panthers throughout the entirety of OTAs, mandatory minicamp, training camp, everything you can think of, we've got you guys covered. So make sure you guys join the family. Christensen got some snaps at center as well. Just wanted to let you guys know about that. I'm not too sure where he's gonna play, but it looks like center was where he saw the majority of his snaps today. So keep in mind, there's going to be a lot of things that change over the next few weeks in terms of, who's playing where, who's starting. So yeah, I mean, there's not really too much more to talk about. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get to see a little bit more footage. Again, a lot of people hyped up Ian Thomas. A lot of people hyped up Austin Corbett at the center position. Adam Thielen looked good. Jordan Matthews was the guy who stood out to a couple of people at the media session. But overall, tight end position got a lot of work today. So let me know what you guys think about day one. We saw a lot of JC Horn. I'm going through some tweets right now, looking at more that we saw today. JC Horn had a nice PBU on Xavier Legette. Andy Dalton had a lot of reps at quarterback as well. But all right, that's it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family. More footage tomorrow. I got you guys covered, and I'll see you guys for tomorrow's practice. Peace.